Hey, Bookwormies, welcome back to my channel. Happy Bookmas Day 2. I'm sure it's day 2. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, pretend I said whatever number is supposed to happen. But anyways, hey, Bookwormies. Today we are doing a fun mood reading vlog. This is nothing crazy. We're just going simple. You're like, Romy, you've done these, like, reading vlogs, like, these normal mood reading vlogs, like, 1,000 times. And I'm like, it's fine. Because I like them, and I think you like them. I hope. But anyways, I was supposed to start this yesterday. Today's Tuesday, but I didn't because I was going through something and I was in the right headspace to film. So skip that day. I'm just gonna give you guys an extra day, and I'm gonna film until Saturday instead of how I usually do. I film from Monday to Friday. So yeah. Actually, I was gonna talk to you guys so much about how, like, I started this book and I'm halfway through, but now I'm, like, literally in the epilogue. I decided to stop because my, like, these two guys finally charged up, so now I can talk to you guys. But anyways, I started on Sunday night, I think, or early morning Monday, Saving Noah, which is kind of like a psychological thriller. It's more so like a situation where you have to go through these specific point of views. It isn't easy. It isn't easy to be in these people's POVs, and it is very, very hard to kind of deal with. So it isn't like, I don't know if I could even call it a psychological thriller, but like, yes, it is psychological. It's pretty psychological. Saving Noah is by Lucinda Berry. Now, I want to talk also, guys. I just saw on Goodreads that they're weekend writing, like, the nominees for 2025 books is out, so I'm gonna later go nominate. Maybe I'll do it in this. No, I'm gonna do it in a different video. No, or maybe I'll do it here. Whichever one I want. Anyways, guys, so let me talk a bit about Saving Noah. So it's pretty much, it is about Noah. He was a straight A student. He was an amazing swimmer, and he was like a small town star that, like, everybody thought was destined for greatness. They thought, like, oh yeah, you're gonna do amazing things. You're the sweetest kid alive. Okay, but like, there weren't signs of anything wrong with him until one day where he confesses to molesting little girls during swim team practice. Okay, and he's sentenced to 18 months in a juvenile sexual rehabilitation. Okay, and then we go in the point of views of mainly his mom, Adrienne, and Noah in his past, and then also kind of like later on. I don't know how to explain. And then you also later on get like kind of a POV of the dad. Okay, but yeah, and you see how this kind of situation affects different people. Okay, you see how it affected directly the families, but like it shows like how it affects, like, obviously the direct other people, but then it also talks about the parents, the family, and everything. And this is not an easy situation, so it's like really goes deep into it, and it really gets into the nitty gritty, and you will have yourself questioning, being like, yeah, this is so wrong, but then at the same time, like this. I'm not talking about specifically the situation, but like was some people's point of view. But it was like very, like, it was infuriating at times, but also sad, and I was like emotional at times. It's like everything there. Okay, I haven't even read that blog yet, so I don't know how I'm gonna react to it. But there's just so much. Like, it's not that much happens. It's just you really go, like, if you look in terms of plot, there ain't much to it. There's what happens and then kind of the aftermath idea, right? But it also really talks about, like, it really goes into the psychological part. That's why this is technically thought as a psychological thriller. Okay, that's why, because it's just really, it makes you think like deeply and like think about everything. Because usually when we think about these kind of situations, you're like, well, this person did a horrible thing. This is that. But do you really look into the other side of people that were close to that person? Not really. So you see, you go into like really into it. Okay, some people love this book, some people hate it, and yeah. But I personally really enjoyed this book. Well, I'm enjoying it. I don't know why I'm already saying that I enjoyed it, because I don't know. But I'm gonna read the epilogue and tell you guys like my final thoughts, probably, or maybe I'll like read it now in front of you guys so you guys can see my thoughts. But this one, and sometimes the mom really infuriated me, and then sometimes I'm like, the dad, like, it's just so much to take in. There was one character that I loved through all of it because she was just cute and amazing. But yeah, that is something. I don't know how to talk about this book without really, like, I don't know. I'm trying not to spoil it or really say anything, because I feel like you should just go in knowing this doesn't sugarcoat much. This goes into it and says, this what happened, this is this, here we look at it. Okay. Yeah, and it just, honestly, it will challenge a lot of what you think, and sometimes you might be like, yeah, this is what I think, this is perfect, okay, you think that, great, done. So yeah, but it will make you think. That is something. I've also heard that, like, I think a lot of the other books that this author writes is kind of like similar in kind of idea. Yeah, the author is a former psychologist and leading researcher in childhood trauma. So I understand where this specific book, how she really, like, if you're in psychology and all that, like I think you really look into the brain and stuff like that, so it makes sense. Um, but she also has like pretty good best-selling reads. There's some other books called like The Perfect Child and When's Your Turn, The Best of Friends, and Keep Your Friends Close. I think honestly I could see myself reading these because I don't know. I want to see. I'm gonna read like the premise of The Perfect Child. Let me see. Oh, it's part of a series. Wow. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is like the idea of the psychological is really in there. So she kind of has that with many of her books. I think that's what she mainly writes. But it is a very interesting approach to how she went with the story, and I think it's very like it's a very interesting book. But you really have to know what you're getting into before you start reading it. You have to be sort of open, I guess, in a way, or else you're just gonna feel like, oh, this is like nails on a chalkboard. It is not fun to read. So like you have to be open, I guess, to the idea. I don't know how to explain it. Now, guys, I think I'm gonna talk now about before I go reading the epilogue of Saving Gnome. I want to first do that look at the nominees of 2025. This is the opening round. Okay, so we have like how many sections do we have? We have 15 different sections. There are oh, but it shows nominees on my shows only too, but I think it meant more. I don't know. There's fiction, historical fiction, mystery thriller, romance, fantasy, science fiction, horror, debut novels, audiobooks, young adult fantasy and sci-fi, young adult fiction, nonfiction, memoir, and historical biography. I think except for those last three, most of them I could probably vote for. So yeah, well obviously audiobook I can't because I don't really read that much. Like don't really like when I listen to audiobooks, they aren't. I think this specifically talks about the graphic ones, like the ones that have the noise and everything. Okay, so let me show you guys. I kind of want to like go through everything with you guys because I don't know, this is an experience of its own. Okay, guys, so here is what is going on. So we have some books. I've heard of this one, but I haven't read it. It's called The Girls Who Grew Big. Then, oh yeah, I've heard of The Academy by Ellen Hildebrand. It's one of her newer ones, but I don't know. I haven't heard the greatest things. Some people say that's like not as good as her other works. Ooh, My Friends by Frederick Bachman is like really, really popular. Same with Wild Dark Shore. Okay, so I know some, like quite a few of these, but I haven't read them, so I can't physically vote on them. I feel like that's not fair to the authors. So yeah. Here we have the next section, which is historical fiction. Actually, yeah, I've heard of Broken Countries. Very conflicting thoughts on it. People say they usually have. Oh, I've read Atmosphere, and I really liked it. It was pretty good book. Good book. I don't know what happened to my words. Homeseeking, I've also heard about, and The Bright Years too. I've heard pretty good things about these two, so I might just actually read them. But I've only read one of these books, and this book was actually pretty good, so I'm gonna vote for it. And I think you can only vote for one. Yeah, you can only vote for one of these, but I'm gonna do Want to Read. I didn't put that up. Next, we have Mystery and Thriller. Ooh, okay. I'm excited for these because then also afterwards, I might actually want to put some of these books onto my list. Okay, so I've heard of The Crash and Famous Last Words. Some people say this is not that good, but this one I've heard pretty good thoughts about. Oh, there's The Perfect Marriage, which is the first book in the series. I have not read it, The Perfect Divorce, or the first one. So, obviously that. I didn't really like Lisa Jules' writing, so I don't know about this, but I haven't read it before, so no idea. The Intruder by Frieda McFadden. It's one of, oh, she's released 2 books? Wow, girl is on fire. Though I've heard a lot of authors that I personally don't really read, they like send in like 2 books every year, like something like that, which is absolutely insane. Like writing one book in a year is already insane, and then writing 2 books, crazy, especially if you have a second job, let's say. So yeah, but these 2 I've heard also pretty good things about. Oh, Not Quite Dead Yet. I've read that book. That's actually such a good book. Personally, I really loved it. I've heard some people didn't really like it, but I personally, it's like pretty good book, especially when I'm looking on Holly Jackson. This like my it's like second favorite book maybe by her or somewhere there. I just really like when it's like timed. Like this book and Five Survive, it's like in a timely manner. It's like you have a certain X point of time and something happens by the end of it if you don't solve the mystery, whatever, right? Here it happens in 7 days, and then in Five Survive, it's like over a 12-hour time period, so there's like timestamps, like 12 a.m., 1 a.m., whatever. It was so fun. Okay, I'm gonna vote for Not Quite Dead Yet, obviously. Also, I really want to read Beautiful Ugly. It sounds like such an interesting book. Wait, let me see. It's all moved around now. Oh, Forget Me Not. I've also heard of that one. Okay, wait. I'm gonna put The Tenant by Frieda McFadden. I want to read that. Oh, I didn't put these books I want to read. Well, I'm gonna put them now. This is like the perfect time to really look into any books if they're interesting. Ooh, this one looks interesting. It has a very interesting cover. I'm gonna put it for now. I'll let her go looking through these, guys. I promise I just don't randomly put most of these. Oh, okay. Romance. I have a few that I've read here. Okay. I haven't read Love Arranged yet. I've been putting it off because I just don't know. People haven't had the most amazing reviews about it, so I'm kind of scared. But Rewinded Back was so freaking good. I love this entire series. I read this back to back to back to back. I think I left the last book, yeah, Rewinded Back. I took a break and read one book before that, but pretty much back to back. Sailor Remember was also such a good Abby Jimenez book. People say like it is sort of insta love and many people hate it. I also am not a great insta love fan, but this book was written so well that like I recommend it. I personally really recommend it. I've also heard of Problematic Summer Romance by Lee Hazelwood. I haven't read it because I didn't really like the first book. Like I DNF'd it. I wasn't in the mood for it too. So there's also that. I've heard A Story of My Life. Haven't heard the greatest things though. One Golden Summer, heard amazing things about it. I'm gonna read the first book at some point, but I have to wait for next summer because summer's already passed. Spiral, also heard great things about this entire series. Beg, Borrow, and Steal. I literally read that like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Absolutely amazing. I loved it. It was so cute. Ooh, Tourist Season. I talked about it with you guys. But I feel like it's romance with connotations of like thriller. Like it's both, okay? There's a thriller aspect to it, so I don't know. But I also really like this book. I've heard pretty good things about it. I think this one was the one that was good because there's another LC Silver book, part of this series, that people did not really like. Haven't read it yet though. I've heard amazing things about Can't Get Enough. I want to read this entire series. It sounds so good. Haven't heard the greatest things about this series. Read this. It was pretty good. I think this was one that I think I read this one. This was actually, I really like her writing. It's pretty interesting. Ooh, I like Great Big Beautiful Like was not too bad. I like that one. This, I haven't read it. I've only read the first book, DNF the second. This one I haven't read yet, but heard amazing things of favorites. It just, I really enjoyed the idea, and I really loved a lot of it, but it just, at some point, it just kind of annoyed me. Like, not annoyed me, just like, I don't know how to say the words, but if you know, you know. If it makes you happy, oh my god, this was an amazing fucking book. I absolutely adore this book. This was one of my favorites. God, guys, I don't know what to vote for. Excuse me, can I vote for more than one, please? Okay, well, I can't, but I honestly really loved If It Makes, like, the main contenders for me to vote for is If It Makes You Happy, Rewind It Back, and I guess Say You'll Remember Me, because Beg, Borrow, and Steal was really good, but it's not a, actually no, Rewind It Back, and it's mainly Rewind It Back and If It Makes You Happy. Those are like my 2 favorite books. Oh, guys, this is impossible. And they're plus like on the other side of the list. Like I can't even go like, here are the 2. No. But guys, this is so hard actually. Can I go back if I want to? Anyways, next we have Romanticy. I don't know how many of these I've actually read because, Onyx Storm, obviously. Okay. Accomplice to the Villain, have not even read the first book, but I want to read Assistant to the Villain. This is the 4th book in the Gods and Monsters series. I completed the 3rd one not too long ago, so like it was pretty good. Heard good things. I don't know, I haven't even started the series. I tried, but then I stopped because I wasn't in the headspace. Heard amazing things. Loved this 5 million bajillion stars. I think I'm gonna vote for this book. I've never heard of this book, but it sounds interesting. DNF'd it. No, this one was the one that was pretty good, right? It shows that I rated it. So yeah, I guess I did like it. Oh yeah, I remember this book. Yeah, it was just the one after that I didn't really enjoy. Then this one, I've never heard of it. This one I've heard, it sounds pretty good. Heard good things. Read this, actually really good. This one, I've heard of it. I want to read it. Oh my god, Alchemized. I read this pretty recently. And guys, it sounds like I read it and it was so good. Like, it was a really good book, but it's so dark. But it's like a 4.75 stars. It's close to 5, but it's just not there. There was something missing. Oh, I've heard of this book. I want to read it. Daraband also heard good things, so I want to read it. This one, less good things, but I still am interested. Like, I want to see where the hype is coming from. I've read this book. It's pretty good. And this one, I've heard pretty good things about. Now, obviously, I'm voting for Onyx Storm. There is no question there. Like, actually none. But look how many I've read. Want to, red, want to, red. Like, so many want tos and quite a few reds. I was surprised. Okay, here we go. Next section, fantasy. Actually, no, I think here maybe I haven't read. Surprisingly, like 2 books from here. I want to read some more. I might actually screenshot these and read them over the following weeks. Oh, guys, you know what I should have done? No, I can do that next year where, like, the books that win, I can do, like, reading the books that won, whatever. But anyways, here, I've heard a few great things of some of these. I actually want to read The Raven Scholar next after I finish Saving Noah, so this is a big contender to go next. Also, this one is the second book to The Will of the Many, and I've heard absolutely amazing things about it, so I for sure want to read it. I don't know, if there's going to be, like, a third, and if it's going to get till 5 books, I might wait. I don't know. Okay, I've heard a few things about some of these. Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Store was pretty good, but nothing super crazy. Calabasas was actually pretty good. I actually really enjoy this one. Okay, the rest I've heard but haven't read. I don't know. I could vote for, well, actually, I only have 2 contenders for voting in this section. Calabasas or Bury Your Midnight Soul, but I really like Calabasas the most. So, there we go. I'm gonna add a few more books here because some of these sound actually really amazing. Okay, guys, next is science fiction. I don't think I've read any of these books here, but I'm gonna be pleasantly surprised if I did. I've heard of The Compound. So there's that. Yeah, and I haven't read a single one, which is not surprising. I don't really read these kind of books. Okay, I've actually heard of some of these books, but they sound very, well, obviously gory, but I don't know. I haven't read a single one of them, but I've heard. Next, debut novels. Ooh, wait, Alchemized is a debut? I thought in the end, it didn't count as a debut. I don't know. Okay, so I've read Alchemized, obviously, and that's it. But I've heard amazing things about a few of these, so Obviously, I have to vote for Alchemize. It's the only one here that I've read, but also it was a really good book, so it makes sense that it's here. Okay, next audiobook, I can't really vote for that one, so I'm gonna skip it because it just doesn't make sense for me to vote for it. Ooh, okay, young adult fantasy and sci-fi. For sure read it quite a few here. I literally see 3 here on the first one. So I've read Watch Me, absolutely loved it. Probably gonna vote for this one, but let's give it a second. Maybe there's like something else that I haven't seen yet. Hazelthorn, I've read it. It was quite enjoyable, but I don't have much to think about on it. Sunrise and Reaping, actually such a good book, but not my favorite out of the series. Not my favorite. The Rose Bargain, I've heard amazing things. Read, actually pretty good, but it's not like the most crazy book ever that I've ever read. Okay. Fearless, like, I don't know. After Reckless, I kind of just stopped really amazingly love it. So it was like a 4 stars. It wasn't crazy. Heard, I want to read. I've read the first 2 books only of this series by Tahira Mafi. I need to read the third one. I haven't read the third one, or obviously this one, which is the 4th. I think there's only going to be 5 books, so yeah. Okay, obviously out of all of these options, it makes sense for me to vote for Watch Me. Absolutely. Yes. Okay, continuing. Is there anything I want to add here? Some of these sound so cool. I am for sure adding them. Oh, Oathband? It's like the something part of the series. I've heard, but I haven't read it. A lot of people say it's pretty good. Young adult. Okay. This is the second book in a series. I've heard of it. I haven't read this actually yet. I was thinking of reading it before Saving Noah, but I was like, no, I don't feel like it. So, yeah. Some of these I've heard, but none of them read, so I can't vote here either. Next, nonfiction. Probably have nothing here that I've read. I haven't read a nonfiction. Have I read? I think I've read, but not one that was released this year. Memoirs, same. None here. Okay, guys, what about this section? History and biography. Yeah, obviously, I've not read any of these, but that's cool. Actually, like, guys, look, if you look on here on the side of which ones I voted for historical fiction, mystery and thriller, romance, romantasy, fantasy, debut novel, and young adult fantasy and sci-fi. Okay, that's pretty good. And that's it. Can I see, like, what, like, my friends have voted for? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. Anyways, guys, we have gone over everything. I hope you liked listening to me talk. I might speed this whole thing up, but whatever. Anyways, guys, we're going to continue filming, but now I'm just going to be focusing on reading Saving Noah. I'm just going to read the final the epilogue, and I'm done. It's literally 97% through it. So obviously I'm almost done. I'm now going to prop you guys back up where I usually do, and I'm going to start reading. I think also my camera's crooked, but that's okay. Wait, because while I'm reading, I am not going to be holding my microphone. There's no way. So here, okay, I don't know how good. Okay, I have no idea how good you're actually going to hear me, but that's okay. Here you guys are. I am going to start reading. I'm going to give you guys updates, and I'm going to give you guys my final rating. I have an idea in my head. I don't know if the epilogue is going to change the facts, but usually it doesn't. The epilogue is usually a nice way to round it out if the author wants to, but it doesn't really diminish usually my reading or hype it up usually. Sometimes it does, but very rarely. Okay, I'm going to stop yapping and start reading. Okay, guys, I'm fully finished. This was something. This was absolutely something. I don't know how to form my thoughts, though. I actually really don't. I didn't cry, I didn't sob or anything. It isn't emotional enough for me to sob, but this just talks about such a hard topic that when you think about it, there are just so many things that are going on that, like, I form an opinion and then it might change, or I just don't know where I stand. Because usually when these kind of, like, in some situations, they're much simpler than these, okay, right? And I don't know, I keep on switching, so I just put myself in the middle and say, here, I'm neither this, neither that, I'm just team there, right? And with this one, it's kind of like the same idea, but it's just like, I kept on swapping, so now by the end of this book, my brain is like, okay, we're just gonna say we are okay with this book, but we can't really, like, we just don't know anymore. Okay, right? Would I read it? I was thinking in this 3-star range. I don't think this is a 4-star read. This is not a 2-star read, though, either, right? Because it's not higher or lower than a 3-star. It's not that bad. It's not a 2-star rating or 1-star rating where it's like, no, I actually hated this. No, it isn't like I loved it either, but it was a book, and I got through it pretty quickly, surprisingly. So I think the author writes really well when it comes to really looking into the psychological, and she doesn't make it boring. She doesn't make us like, okay, girl, you've talked about this, we're kind of done with it. No, she talks about something new every time. She doesn't go crazy with repeating what she wants to say every single time. So that's why the 3 comes from. If I'm going to do 3.5 or that, honestly, I feel like it's 3. I don't know. I feel like it needs a solid rating for a solid book. It was good. There was nothing crazy. There was nothing beautiful, nothing, it just has a lot that it goes through. So I don't have enough thoughts to form. So there's that. I've completed the first book in this video, and it was the first day technically. Technically, if we're looking at it, it's the first day. Now I'm putting also on Fable that I've completed the book. Now, what I want to read next, in terms of what I want to read next, I have no idea. I actually don't know. I need help because I really want to read Raven's Scholar. It sounds so good, but now I just found out that it is literally the first book in a series, and obviously it is, but there's no other books in that series currently out, and I don't know if it's going to be it's going to be a trilogy. Okay, so technically maximum it will be 3. It's just I've heard so many good things about this book. It actually sounds also so good, and it sounds so interesting and so new. I don't know. I want to read a fantasy for sure. This is everything I want, but I don't know. There's also other fantasies. I could take other ones from that were nominated that I just looked at. I don't know which one exactly I'll read. I think I'm going to take a brain break. I'm going to relax. Also, on my Kindle, I have to delete some books because I keep on forgetting because I've been reading on my phone mainly. I keep on forgetting to delete the ones that I've already read. So I want to go through that. I just want to go through my Kindle library a bit. So I think I'm going to take a brain break, watch some YouTube, relax, and then later on I'll tell you guys if I started the Raven's Collar, something totally different, whatever. You guys will hear all my thoughts anyways. I overshare, so I will always tell you. You will know by tomorrow what I decide to read. So don't you worry. Don't you get your pretty little head worried about this kind of problem. I'm going to find something to read. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop yapping because I've been yapping for quite a while, and I'll come back to you guys tomorrow. So, yeah. See ya. Hey, Bookwormies, we're back for an update. And guys, I started and finished Just One Favor by Stephanie something. Wait a second, let me remember her last name. Mule's name's absolutely horrible, but I know her name starts with Stephanie. Stephanie Rose. Okay, so this is a romance. I think I told you last time, guys, that I wanted a fantasy, but I ended up choosing a romance because, I don't know, I needed something simple. My brain was just overwhelmed with too much, so I needed something simple. I couldn't go and read something with a heavy political world. It's just better to do this, so I decided to read that, and it was actually so sweet. It was so cute. I think I know I am rating it a 3.5. It's not something crazy insane, but I really enjoyed the book. I can tell you guys that much. It was really interesting, and it was just so fun. It was so cute. It is between Tyler and Olivia. Okay, these are the 2 main characters, and they're it's an enemies to lovers, and they were childhood acquaintances, let's say like that, and they hated each other at the start, so I can't say friends, okay? So, childhood acquaintances, and then it slowly turns to more, and that's kind of the idea. I don't want to say I don't know if I should tell you guys the main, though, idea of what happens in this book, but it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. It was such a fun, easy read. It was a great palate cleanser, I would say. I don't love saying that because, oh, so it has nothing else, but no, it was so fun. It was so cute, but it just wasn't my favorite romance. I've read enough romances to know what I like, and, I really like this book, but it just wasn't the craziest book I've ever read. That's what I can tell you guys. But I personally really enjoyed it. It was a fun read. It was interesting. And that's honestly what matters. Now, what I want to read next, I don't know. Because I was planning, actually, guys, to read a fairy tale. But then I was like, I'm not in the mood for this. I can't do this. I'm going to read a romance. And that's where Just One Favor came. But I was planning to read a fairy tale. So I guess I could still read that. I feel like that's a good idea still. Or I don't know, guys. Or, I feel like a fantasy right now is a good idea. So it's or fairy tale or One for My Enemy. Those are, the 2 that I'm sort of seeing I could want to read. I think I'm going to try to start fairy tale tonight, but we'll see. I'm not for sure putting it as I'm reading this, and I'm not for sure putting it as not reading it. I'm not checking it off my list yet. So, that is the main part. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys later, but this is the main update. It's not a lot to say because, I don't know. I have no ideas what to tell you guys. It was a fun read, but it was nothing absolutely insane. So there's that. It's a 3.5 stars. It's a good book. And in this video, I'm already been getting through quite a few. Did I get through? Yeah, I think I got through 1 book before this. And I forgot his name already. Doesn't tell you a lot, but I remember liking it, sort of. Okay, wait a second. Let me just check, guys. Okay, wait a second. Oh, Saving Noah, true. Yeah, true. Now I remember about it. Because I thought it was some fantasy that I read before. I don't know, guys. There's not much else I want to tell you guys, so I think I'm gonna leave you, and I will talk to you guys later. Also, guys, I've already read 163 days. 163 books this year, which is absolutely insane. It shows how much I don't have a life. Also, guys, we have 48 days left. 48 days left. Like, okay, when I'm currently filming this, okay, guys, so it's gonna be less than a month when this video comes out. But guys, I have in my timeline November 13th. There's 48 days before 2026. Absolutely insane. I'm still in June. I'm still in March or like April. Like, excuse me? How are we in November already? This is so weird, guys, to think about. Okay, before I get all teary-eyed, I'm gonna leave you guys, and we'll talk later. So, yeah, bye-bye. Hey, Bookwormies. So, this is officially, like, the last clip probably that I'm gonna do for this video. And you're probably like, Romy, what is this reading vlog? You literally did nothing. And, like, I know. Like, where are my talks for half an hour about nothing? I don't know. It's just, this week was such a, like, I wouldn't say fever dream, it was this whole just ordeal, and then by the time I got to the end of it, I was just like, no, I'm out of it. I don't know what to say, but it's just, this reading vlog went by so badly. Like, I was, like, so excited for Bookmas, and, like, I had these whole plans, and I was gonna read so much, and then I'm, like, barely talking to you guys even, and that's just kind of depressing. Also, I'm dressed up because I was just at dinner, well, a few hours ago, but I decided I need to talk to you guys before I fully forget, and then this whole turns into a whole ordeal because it's Sunday. It's literally already Sunday. But let's talk about the book because that's what we're here for. We're not going to complain about how I barely did shit for this video, but I'll make up to you guys with the rest of the videos because I have really exciting stuff planned for the rest of them. So sit tight because soon enough you'll find some stuff. Also, guys, I literally have a list on my whiteboard for what I need to do. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day. Let me tell you that much. Anyways, guys, I'm 34% through Fairy Tale. Thoughts. People say it's for acquired taste. It's for specific taste. It's not for everybody, this book. I don't think I'm that person. It's currently giving a 3-star range. I'm not going to say where exactly because it's going to change throughout the book, obviously. But at some point, I thought, like, this could give a 4. This could cook. But I was like, I don't think this is my taste. Also, before I started this book, I was also a bit like, I don't think this is for my acquired taste specifically, but I'm still going to read it because for funsies and also because maybe I'll enjoy it. And I put it for my 10 before the end, so I feel obligated to read it. I know. What do I do to myself? What do I do to myself to deserve this? Anyways, yeah, that's the main idea. I don't have many thoughts on Fairy Tale. Like, it's cute and stuff, but it is very romantic-y based. But I like the whole idea. The idea is interesting, and I feel like it could have been for me, but I don't think it's cooking for me. I don't know, I'm also not in a reading book mood. I feel like I'm coming back to reading slump or something, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's just that the book isn't interesting me and can't hold me still, but I don't know why, but I feel like I'm in a slump. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like, and it's just so sad because we're going into Bookmas, and like I can't have a slump right now where I have reading vlogs planned. Because if I read nothing during those reading vlogs, it's kind of depressing. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's just I don't want to be in a slump so bad because like if that really is true, then again, guys, I'm gonna be stuck in it until the end of Bookmas, and I already have so much planned for Bookmas that I can't just cancel it all. Like, it's kind of like, you've already got the ball rolling, might as well continue it. Plus, I already have like a few sit-down videos already like filmed, so it's kind of depressing if they don't go to use. I wasted precious time on them, so I feel like I need to continue it. So I'm gonna try to continue. Hopefully, I'll quickly get through Fairy Tale. I think it's gonna be an audiobook more than a reading book, but I've also kind of been listening to true crime lately, so that's gonna be taking up my time more than listening to anything else. But don't worry, guys, tomorrow I'm going to focus up. I'm going to continue the book so much, but obviously it won't be for this vlog. Tomorrow I'm starting a total new vlog because we are on a tight schedule. We can't stray off topic. We have to continue and persevere no matter what. You hear me, guys? No matter what, we are persevering. We're continuing. So yeah, there's that. Looking at tomorrow's schedule, I'm not excited. I need to edit. Like, I currently edit at least one video, but might have to do 2. I have to do 3 things for school. Yeah, that's actually it. One of the things for school, I could actually just put like the audiobook on the background and just do it for half an hour. And yeah, that's the only one where I could do that. The other one I have to read for a book, and then the other one, well, I guess that could go over the next week, but I want to try to get it midway through the week because it kind of needs to get done. It needs to get done. But that will depend. Anyways, guys, I will get going right now, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. I barely talked even about this book right now because I have no thoughts on Fairy Tale. Like, this brain is not working right now. It's like 11 p.m., but that's okay. That's totally okay, and we'll survive. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. I know this was not one of the better ones, but I promise you guys the rest of the vlogs I'll try to be better. I'll try to be better. I'm hoping that as soon as I get through Fairy Tale, everything will be smooth sailing, or maybe I'll just really audiobook the whole entire book and start something totally new and different. I will get my Kindle out. I'm planning to actually charge it tonight, so then I can get through it. Also, guys, I've been crocheting a sweater for the past few weeks, no, actually a month, I think, because I'm taking my time with it. It's not something that's rushed. Though I've been noticing, guys, this year as I've passed, like specifically now towards the end of the year, my crochet slump is still kind of there. I'm just slower at crocheting. Like last year, I was crocheting like a maniac. I was getting through so many projects. I remember last summer that was where I crocheted an entire thing that I still use to this day. It was actually quite amazing. I made one mistake right in the middle and didn't notice until I finished. But that's besides the point. I clocked it out in like a week or less, and it's gigantic. It's like that beach cover up that I have with holes, and it's like, absolutely love it. Also, guys, I want to make another beach cover up. I know, and we're almost in the dead of winter, and I'm thinking of beach cover-ups, but that's besides the point. But now I've been feeling like my crochet slump is still sort of there. I'm or in a reading slump, or I'm just like, or it's just a book. We don't know yet. In terms of watching shows and stuff like that, and yeah, in a slump for that. I've been watching the same show for literal months, and I'm only on season 3. And it's not even that long. It's just I'm very, very slow right now. Before, I would get through them pretty fast. I'd always have them on the background, and I'd just get through them. But now I haven't. But like now that I'm in a middle, like now I have a true crime little obsession. I have my audiobook that I want to now get through with Fairy Tale, and then I also have now like getting through a show. I can't put them all at the same time. So tomorrow I feel like I'm gonna be rotating through those 3. Well, probably 2 because I only watch true crime from this one girl. Nobody else. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Bookmas vlog. Hopefully tomorrow, well, tomorrow I know it's all gonna be good, guys. It's all gonna be smooth sailing, hopefully. So enjoy the rest of Bookmas, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. See you guys next time. Bye!